Hello guys, welcome to your second video. I'll try to keep this one short and quick and sweet. In this tutorial I'm gonna go into if statements a little bit more. As I started in the last tutorial. I'm also gonna go into for loops briefly. Can show you guys how to use for loops to do whatever you want really. So let's get cracking. What do we need? Let's just enter in an integer, a couple of integers, x and y really. And then what we want to do is we want the user to be able to enter in a couple of numbers for x and y, and then we're basically going to check those numbers, and based on what those numbers are we're going to do something really. So what we're going to do, we're going to say cout please enter a value so you're gonna enter in that value x, and then I'm just gonna copy this just to save some time. Please enter another value, enter y. So we've got two numbers now. What do we want to do? So let's see. Right, so we say, right, if x is greater than y, right, we're going to tell it to do something, and then we do else if x is less than y, do something else, and then else we need to have a double bracket there, else do something. So if x is greater than y, we are gonna do something else. If x is equal to y, we're gonna do something else. And if x is less than y, it will just be that'll be the default condition left, because greater than, we have greater than, we have equal to, so what's left? Less than. There's no other condition that can happen. So if we say if x is equal to y, we'll just print out cout x is greater than y. Yeah, don't need a new line really. We just say x is equal to, and then x is less than, because if x is not greater than or is it equal to, it's got to be less than. This is less than y. So let's run this, see what happens. Just quickly. So enter value 6. Enter another value 7. So x is less than y, which is what we're expecting. The reason why this is on the same line is because we didn't put in del. You could do just for the sake of it. So just do it. Because we feel like it. Yeah. Just do it. So you get the idea, basically. So yeah, let's try again. Let's just put a number first greater than. So x is greater than y. Let's make both numbers equal. So 3 and 3. So x equals to y. So you get the idea. Now let's try OR statements as well. Let's try if x is greater than y or x is equals to y. We could try. Let's do something as well. Let's say int a is equals to 5 and b is equals to 6, right? So we've made put two new statements there. So we say if x is greater than y, yeah, we need another bracket here. Or we could just say, actually, we may be able to get away. Or let's have an or. Let's have an or statement. Or, and what's my or here? My keyboard. Can't find it. Yeah, there you go. Or a is greater than b. Let's make a greater than b. Let's make that 7. Yeah. Or a is greater than b. And then if x is equals to y, or if x is equals to y and a is greater than b. Right. Here's a b. So what let me just a little bit of explanation here. This is how you do an OR statement within C++, and this is also how you do an AND statement. So this is basically if x is greater than y or a is greater than b, not greater than 6, sorry, it should be greater than b. A is greater than b. So let's run it and then you can see what is happening here. So let's see. So we want x, let's say x, let's make x less than y, right? So let's say x is 6, y is 9. So x is greater than y. So the first statement here, we know here that because x is 6 and y is 9, so that's not true. But we also know that a is definitely greater than b because we made a 7 there. So we know that that statement is going to call first. So even though that statement is probably wrong now, but because x is not greater than y, but you get the idea. Let's say so that statement calls, this first statement calls because one of these are true, basically. So let's make this statement false. So let's say let's make it false. So let's make this less. So let's make this 5. Let's make that 5, and then so we can make it false. So we'll do run it again. So let's do 6 and 9. So it calls the second statement because both statements are wrong because or are false, i.e. 6 is less than 9 and also 5 is less than 6. So it calls the second statement, says is x equals to y, no, no, and then is a greater than b, no. So it doesn't call the second statement either, but it calls the third statement because we don't have any other option. We just said else. If these both are not true, then just do this. Yeah, basically. let's try and call the second statement to make the condition. So let's make a greater than b. So let's say a is 7, and also let us make let's change this to an and, because if this is an or, what would happen is either this or this is true. But what you need is if those are true and either of these are true and both of these are true, it will call this one first because this comes first before that. So what you need to do is make the function so both of them have to be true for it to call it, and both of these have to be true, i.e. we need to make x equals to y and a greater than b, which we've already done here. So let's see if it works. So x equals to y, 5, 5. So x is equals to y. Brilliant. It calls the second statement. What we could also do, we could also go into for loops as well. So let's just quickly, the last couple of minutes, say we've entering x, entering y, entering two numbers. So let's do a for loop. So say for, let's do I equals to 0. So counting from 0, we need a restriction on the function, on the number, so on what we're doing basically. And I less than 10, let's try out 10, and then I plus plus. Basically, what this does is say we've got an integer, int I. It's going to start from 0. It's going to count up to 10. Let's say I less than or equals to 10, and it's going to go up by increments of 1. Plus plus means I plus 1, or you can have I plus 1. It does the same thing. So minus minus is I minus 1, which is the same thing as I minus 1. But because we're starting from 0, you want to be counting up to 10, not counting down. So it'll be I plus plus. And then you open your curly brackets here, pretty straightforward. So what do you want to do with your curly brackets? So, what do you want to do in this function? Let's think. I mean, there's so many things you could do within a for loop. You can run loops for if you're carrying out functions to carry out simulations, so you could do it multiple times and stuff like that. That's what it's mainly for. But for simplistic tutorial in which I'm limited by time, I'm just going to do something quite simple. Like for instance, we're going to do a int answer. So you're going to say answer is equals to let's initialize it first as 0, so it doesn't start from a random number. So answer is equals to x plus y plus x plus I guess you could just put plus I. And then each time we do it, what do we want to do? Let's print out the answer. See out the answer is in S. So it's pretty straightforward. Basically what we're doing is each time we do x plus y plus whatever I is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10, and then we're just printing out. This is just to show you how for loops work really, and how you can set it up. So I've got something wrong here. I was not declared in the scope. I don't know what's going on here, but normally you should be able to do that in there. You can do it here. It's no problem. Yeah, before. Function int main. Strange. Right, okay. My bad. Just having one of those days. One of those days. Should be a 4. So stupid. Anyway, do you get the idea? Anyway, entity values 6 and 6. So 6 plus 6, 12. 6 plus 6 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, so on up till 10. That's it really. That's basically how you set up for loops. Yeah, and then maybe in the next lecture we can look at switch statements. So here I've done if statements and for loops. It's pretty straightforward. You start in for int I equals 0. You can put your I there and define it there. It's up to you. But I've done it in here. The reason why I was having an error is because that was a capital F. For some reason I thought I was starting an actual English sentence, but in any case it meant to be a small f. It's quite a small mistake for me. Anyway, in any case if you said I'm going to start from 0, count to less than or equals to 10 by increments of 1, and then you've done solve an equation here, x plus y plus I, and you printed that on the screen. Pretty straightforward. It's quite useful when you're doing simulations and you have to do multiple calculations with different properties, so you can set up a kind of like a batch simulation of calculations. So each time your numbering here calls like a different function depending on the increment, or you change the variables depending on the increment of the for loop. That's what it's mainly used for, really. I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you think it's not clear enough, or I haven't gone through some bits as much as I should have, or should have spent more time in setting sections, please let me know. Thank you for that. That's it for today. On to the next tutorial. Bye.